So I actually have been thinking about posting this video. It had been my intent to post it yesterday, but I guess I'm glad that I didn't because some more stuff is happening today that maybe should be included. So part of my problem is that I don't know what I don't know. So I know when I have white privilege when it's really very obviously clear. Like there's probably a better than 95% chance if I get pulled over, I'm getting out of that ticket. That's not just white privilege, that's specifically hot white chick privilege, and I've taken advantage of it many times over the years. I saw a picture of a black man in a shirt that said, "I'm a white woman," the other day, and it made me want to cry. So I understand that I experience white privilege, but I don't understand all of the ways that I do, and I don't know how to use that privilege to help. So I've been pondering and processing, and I'm doing what I can. I'm getting educated, and 2 days ago, 3 things happened that prompted me to make this video. So the first was that a friend of mine posted a video on Instagram talking to her 4-year-old daughter about murder and everything that's going on in the world. And at first I thought, I don't want to talk to my 4-year-old about murder. Like he doesn't need to be aware of that yet. But then she said something that really hit home, which is that black people don't have that privilege. So then I just imagined some poor black mama watching her 4-year-old boy, looking at his big, fat, kissable lips and his beautiful curly hair, and watching him run around, and how much she wishes she had the privilege. She didn't have to start talking to him about murder. But she does. She's going to have to start from the moment he can begin to understand words. Tell him, you watch out for that white man. If he comes after you, you raise your hands, you get on the ground, you change your behavior, you become so peaceful. Why? Because there is something really wrong with the way that we treat black people in this country. And what breaks my heart even more is that I look at my son and his fair skin, paler than mine, his beautiful blue eyes, his freckled nose. And I know that he will get all of the white privilege I have. And that's great for him, and he's blessed, and we're lucky. But you know what? I look at his big, fat, kissable lips and his curly hair, and I feel bad. That I feel glad. You can't tell he's part black when you look at him. Because he is. And he doesn't look like it, so he'll get to benefit from all this white privilege that I don't even know that I have. The second thing that prompted me to make this video was an Instagram post from somebody describing the execution of the youngest person in America. Do all you white folks know who that was? It was a 14-year-old black boy who was electrocuted. And all these years later, we find out he was innocent. He was electrocuted for murdering 2 white girls. He carried his Bible to court every day. And they didn't believe him. And they electrocuted him. And I lost it. And it just, I thought, well, my God, if there is, I hope that his God was with him in that room. I believe that there's one thing that we're all part of. And so his God's part of that, sure. And your God's part of that. They're all part of it. And I just pray that his God met him in solitary confinement before his murder, and said to him, "Fear not, even though you're in the darkness of solitary confinement, you will be a light unto the darkness. You can't see it now, but you're going to change the world." And that was something I'd never even heard of. So this is the problem. Like, a lot of white people are just ignorant, and it's because we don't know, and they're hiding this from us. So how can we be educated even further? Well, you can share with us your horror stories, and we as white people can repost the horror stories. The last thing that got me that day was my daughter showed me a video of a little 6-year-old girl crying to her mom in the back of the police car, saying, "Mama, please stop cussing so you don't get shooted too." I would ask anyone to just close your eyes for a minute and think about your 6-year-old child. And think about your partner. And can you imagine if your child had to plead with your partner to calm down so that you too didn't get shot? Oh my God, I can't even imagine. And I don't have to deal with this because of my white privilege. And so I haven't talked to my son yet. I'm still trying to figure out how. I mean, I've started the discussion a little bit. We've started talking about definitions of things like killing and murder versus just dying. But I haven't started all the rest of the discussion. I've told him there's something big going on in the world, and I don't have the privilege of ignoring it anymore. Why am I making this video? Well, because everybody should be as uncomfortable as I am, and we all need to be educating, and we all need to be figuring out what we can do and having the discussion with everyone and talking about it and talking to each other. And because we are all one and we're in this together. And so how are we going to do it? How are we going to move forward? I'm going to really try and educate myself as best as possible, ask all the hard questions and look for the answers. I'm really going to try to inspire people to take action, to be revolutionary ones. So the other part of this that I guess I need to address started last night, and this is one of those things like, is this an example of white privilege that white people who are privileged aren't even aware of and could really be doing a lot of harm, but they have no idea? So what happened is the band Tool had scheduled a tour for this year that got canceled, obviously, because of coronavirus. So they had used all of the money from the purchases of their tickets to make all of their merchandise that had all of the tour dates and everything on it. So their t-shirts, posters, all of that. And because of that, when you cancel the tour, you can't refund all of that money because you've spent part of that money. So now that their insurance companies have taken care of all of that, they were able to officially cancel the tour and refund the money to their fans. So I went on to the Instagram page and just posted a suggestion. Why don't you sell all of that merchandise to your fans and then use the money to help fund the cause to unify our country and abolish racism? And then I did all of my hashtags and included the hashtag George Floyd. So I tried to post that and it didn't post. So I took a screenshot. Thank God I screenshotted all of this. And I was pretty upset. So I just tried then to post something innocuous. And sure enough, that post went up. So I got really more and more angry about it. And my Instagram followers are now watching this on my story. So I thought, okay, well, what if I do the exact same post, but I take out that hot button of a hashtag? So I did. I posted everything exactly the same, except I took out hashtag George Floyd, and that comment posted. So I'm enraged. And furthermore, today they pulled that one down. So I know that the individual members of the band Tool are probably not checking their Instagram page on a moment-to-moment basis. They've got publicists and people who are doing that. And those people have just censored me off of the Tool Instagram page. That is a huge problem. It's a really big problem. And I think that this is an example. Is this white privilege? Is it rich white band privilege? Is it, I don't know what it is, but it's definitely part of the problem, and we all need to think about that. How much is social media filtering what you have to say and keeping you from trying to educate people? How much is, I don't know, I just don't even know, but I know that I'm furious. And I think that probably the band members of Tool would be furious too. I literally asked them to sell the things that they've already made and give the profit to the cause to unify us. And I've been censored out. That's a big problem. We all need to think about that too. I'm a revolutionary one. Are you?